Sandy?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
They asked if anybody had sclerosis.
Yes.
Multiple sclerosis.
Oh, I
We
don't
are
have
the-
MS. I'm a paraplegic, incomplete with a girdle stone. A girdle stone is when they take out your entire hip because your bones won't support prosthesis, but it's very painful.
For how long you're suffering from the?
I've been in the wheelchair for 15 years, and I have spinal arthritis, I have scoliosis, I have neuropathy, and the pain from the girdle stone. And the marijuana takes care of all of those. But the marijuana saved my life because prior to smoking it, I was on morphine, and I was nodding out in my chair and falling out of my chair and just sleeping all the time. And then one night, my roommate gave me an ultimatum that either I flushed the brand new prescription down the toilet or he was out of there. So I flushed it down the toilet, and he brought me an ounce of marijuana and said, "You're going to smoke this instead, and when this one is gone, I'm getting you another one." And that was about 4 years ago, and I've been smoking ever since.
4 years.
4 years.
So for 10 years you didn't smoke.
I didn't smoke.
So what's the difference before and after?
Well, I didn't. My dad used to offer to send me money for marijuana, you know, for the pain. But I didn't want to go to the dealers, being a woman alone in a wheelchair, so I waited until it was legalized. And then I joined Dennis Peron's club.
So what effect you get from smoking?
It takes away the pain, it alleviates the spasms, and I'm also bipolar, so it just kind of keeps me on an even keel, and I have panic attacks. It takes care of the panic attacks, and having chronic pain is stressful, so it takes care of the stress. And I have a hard time keeping weight on. It helps me keep my weight on too.
What was your job before you come the?
I was an outside sales rep for Norelco. I had a territory of from San Francisco to Carmel, and I called on retail stores.
Do you have any message to the Japanese patients, if any?
Just that I wish them love, and I hope that it's legal in Japan like it is here, and that everybody is able to enjoy the freedoms that we enjoy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. It was my pleasure.
Yeah, my name is Jeff Jones. I'm Executive Director, Co-founder, and named defendant in the federal civil lawsuit for the Oakland Cannabis Buyers Cooperative. This is my card because I'm an agent of the city. I've been given a status that gives me a little bit more authority than some of the members here because the City of Oakland supports our agency. We founded this facility in the later part of '95 and then got it completely officially recognized by the city and the state here in the early part of '97. The City of Oakland is very supportive of our agency. We've signed a contract with them back in the later part of '98, letting us be designated as official officers of the City of Oakland to handle this duty of qualifying patients, and then when we were doing it, dispensing medical cannabis to patients that are qualified. Since the federal court shut down our dispensary, we've not been able to do that in a manner that is recognized by the city. But when they shut us down by the federal courts, the City of Oakland passed a public health emergency resolution saying that the federal government is causing a health emergency in our city because of the closure of a dispensary that helps people with medical need. Well, it's kind of a self-medicated type of a quality medicine where if they don't get a good effect from it, they won't use it again. And if they feel that it makes an effect that they want to have again, they'll find it and use it again. And in California, the law allows them to grow it in their house. So not only do they have to, not only should they buy it and procure it from a place where it might be made available, but they can also go and procure plants and grow them in their house legally under the state law so that they can provide their own medicine. And that's probably what the pharmaceutical industry doesn't like about this, is that there was an investigative research program done that potentially up to 30% of the pharmaceuticals that are out on the market would not be needed if this was a regularly available substance in the market, because it has a very good effect. People wouldn't use an aspirin. They would use something like this to relieve a little bit of pain that they might have from something, or if they're getting a migraine headache, this works perfect for migraine headaches. Form of THC, which is made in a Marinol pill, is sometimes effective for patients, but a lot of times is not effective because it's taken orally through a pill, and it takes up to an hour and a half sometimes to have an effect. And I think that some patients need that effect a little bit quicker. And for ones that are like using protease inhibitors or have like HIV that are using it for appetite stimulation or for reducing nausea, it might not help them enough to keep down the pill or to get food down long enough to get a nourishment out of it. So using an inhaled form or a vaporized form of cannabis has sometimes an immediate effect within 5 to 10 minutes. And that's the quality that I think a lot of patients like, is a quick effect. We have about 600 doctors in our database of about 4,000 members, and those doctors have recommended cannabis use from anything from HIV to cancer to mood disorders to glaucoma to multiple sclerosis to chronic pain related to like degenerative disc disease and things like that, to a few very unique conditions like Crohn's disease or I forgot one other one. A couple other very unique conditions that are being investigated right now as to whether or not it helps them. But a lot of degenerative type conditions that don't get better and only get worse are helped by this because it helps the patient feel better. It makes their mood elevated. It makes them not have such a despair, depression type of an outlook on where they're going, especially patients that have terminal conditions like HIV, where they don't have to think about the fact they're dying. They think about the fact they're having fun and they're smiling right now and they're feeling good. And I think that's a major cornerstone in our mission, is the fact that we make patients feel better and they live better because they don't have such a depressed look on what's going to happen in the near future with their life.